All right, hello everybody. In this video, we're going to be talking about some basic rules and guidelines regarding general laboratory safety. Please remember to answer the questions that are on your document while we are going through this presentation. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so in this video, we're going to be discussing some general safety rules for the classroom. Knowing and following these rules will give us the best chance of avoiding injury and assuring a safe and enjoyable project experience for everyone. So, to begin with, when you are operating tools and equipment or participating in project tasks, we are going to need to wear safety glasses. Even if you wear glasses already, chances are they are not evaluated by the necessary safety authorities. So, please make sure that you are wearing the proper rated safety glasses or goggles that will be provided in class. Regarding behavior, it is very important to be businesslike and attentive to your tasks. Make sure that you avoid horseplay or practical jokes during machine, tool, or project time. Along that same line, please do not run in class. Doing these behaviors subjects you to injury and is extremely unsafe for the work environment. Please make sure that you maintain a businesslike demeanor and focus on what you need to do. Please make sure you observe all safety zones around machines. If we do use machines, it will be in the lab next door, and there are spaces that are marked on the floor around each machine. Please make sure there is only one student in each area at a time. Never throw objects of any kind. If you are practicing for a future role in the NBA, please do that in the gym using the basketball hoops and not the trash can in the classroom. Very important right here, we need to talk about clothing for just a minute. So as you can see here in the picture, this young lady has her hair tied up. She's wearing safety glasses. Her clothing is not excessively loose or baggy, and she is not wearing jewelry. It's very important that in the lab you wear closed-toed shoes. Sandals or anything that exposes your feet or toes is not appropriate for the lab. If you have long hair, it's going to need to be tied up. If you have any jewelry or watches, they need to be removed. If your clothing is excessively baggy, you need to remove to the extent that you can or secure it somehow. The main reason why this is important is machines tend to grab things. It doesn't matter whether it's your clothing or the material that you're trying to drill. If it's out there and could be grabbed, the machine might grab it. So it's very important to make sure that you secure any loose clothing and remove jewelry. Also, if we do happen to work with electricity, remember that metal conducts electricity. If you are wearing metal objects, that obviously will conduct electricity and expose you to the potential of an electric shock. So please make sure you are adjusting your clothing when we do work. Please obey any warnings, tags, and signs posted around the laboratory. If unfortunately you do get injured for any reason, please make sure that you report those immediately so that I can take action. If you are not sure of something, stop and ask me. You must ask me the question to the extent possible so that I can help you. Please make sure you maintain a clean, neat work area. If we're leaving sawdust or scraps all over the floor, it is likely that somebody could trip or slip on them, which obviously would not be good. Also, we need to be able to quickly find any of the items that we need. If we are not keeping our work area neat and organized, we will lose out on time because we're searching for materials when we could just grab what we need and get going right away. Again, keeping a clean or neat work area saves time and reduces the likelihood of injury. If we need to move long pieces of stock around the classroom, we should not carry them. A big reason for that is suppose we're carrying a big long board around and we need to turn around for some reason. It is possible that in my process of turning around, I could knock against somebody and cause serious injury. Dragging the wood or the long object across the classroom minimizes this likelihood. Also, if you are working with a very long piece of material, you should do whatever you can to avoid having it stick out. Somebody could trip on it, somebody could run into it, and that can cause any number of injury scenarios. So please make sure that you are trying your best not to have anything stick out the edge of a bench or table. Before using a machine, it is necessary to secure my permission. This is very important because I need to know that you know how to safely use the machine before you use it. I also have to make sure that you have passed the safety test and any related safety instruction. Also, you should never use power machinery or tools unless I am present. Avoid talking with anyone while using a machine. It doesn't matter how urgent the situation is, you need to wait until the person is done before you ask them the question. If you are talking to them, it's splitting their focus, and they might not be able to completely focus on what they're doing. And should they get excessively distracted, they are likely to injure themselves. Do not use dull tools. Using dull tools, for example, we have a tool called a chisel that is used to slice or shave or cut into pieces of wood. If these are dull, they're likely to slip. And if they slip, they could cause damage to equipment or, unfortunately, to you. So using a nice sharp tool is the most efficient way to get the job done and the most likely to avoid you being injured. When you are finished with a machine, please shut it off. And also make sure that it has come to a complete stop before you walk away from it. And again, this is to minimize the risk of injury. Know where the emergency button in the shop is located. Again, this is mostly for if we are in the room next door in the wood shop, not necessarily for our classroom. Our classroom does not have an emergency stop. We also do not have big tools or equipment in our room that would need one. Never operate a machine unless all the safety guards are in their proper place. We'll talk more about that should we need to discuss specific machine safety. And last but not least, report all dull or broken tools or machines to the instructor immediately. Dull and broken tools are likely to cause injury, and we should do everything we can to make sure that they are away so that people do not use them by accident and potentially expose themselves to injury. So some parting thoughts. Remember that it takes everybody to be safe. It only takes one or two people willfully ignoring the safety rules to cause serious risk of injury to many people. If you see someone that is ignoring a safety rule or is about to harm themselves or others, it is your duty to stop them or ask me to intervene. Failure to follow these rules or guidelines during project time may result in removal from the project or being given an alternative assignment like bookwork, parental contact, and or an immediate referral to administration depending on the severity of the action. Again, this is not necessarily personal retribution, but rather if you are failing to follow the rules, then you need to be removed from the situation so that you do not harm yourself or other people. Thank you for your attention to this presentation, and I hope that we have some very safe and enjoyable projects this year.